Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Hey, it's October 21st. It's time for us to head upstairs and then go to the Halloween movie advent calendar to find out what movie we're watching today. Let's go upstairs and find out. What'd you say?
10 more days.
Yeah, 10 more days till Halloween. It is October 21st. What are we watching today?
Now 9, then 8, then 7.
Oh, back up. Here, watch out.
8. Oh, 8.
Here. It's written in kind of a cursive, so may not be able to see it very well. Yeah, It Follows.
It follows.
Yeah. All right. It Follows. Good job.
What is that?
It Follows right here. Got it for $7 back in the day on DVD, slipcover. So, a little bit off topic. You know what's stuck in my head? Do you remember Dr. Horrible Sing-Along blog? It was like a YouTube mini-series with Neil Patrick Harris and Nathan Fillion and, gosh, the person who created the Guild. Now I can't think of her name right now. What's her name? I don't know. But anyway, Felicia Day. All that music's stuck in my head. Okay. It Follows. Okay, that opening sequence is so cool. Here's the thing. With this movie, the more you watch it, you're like, this doesn't quite make sense. And here's the thing. I didn't like catch this stuff. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe at a subconscious level. But when I heard Tarantino say, he's like, the movie breaks its own rules, I was like, what the heck is he talking about? And then, I don't know, subsequent watches, I was like, oh yeah, it kind of does. And it's like, I still really like this movie. I still love the tone, the vibes, the score, everything that it's doing. But it really does kind of break its own rules. Because that the boy who passes it on to Maika, or whatever her name is, he's all like, this thing turns into whatever it needs to get closer to you. It's a lure or something like that. And it's like, well, if it's doing that, why is it coming to you as these scary things? It should be like a kid in need of help or something, or a family member, which I know it happens occasionally, but it should really never be anything frightening. And sometimes it is frightening, or maybe its goal there is to like stun you. Because, you know, like there's that one time when it turns into like the old woman, and it's, you know, it's like, ugh, and it's like, why would it turn into that? Unless maybe it's thinking Maika's character, is her name Maika? She might be like, oh, there's an old woman in need of help. Looks like she's gotten out of the old folks' home and needs help. Let me help her. So maybe there's that. And then there's that person who, I think, I don't know, looks like they were maybe abused. So the same thing, maybe it's thinking, I need to look like a victim that's in need of help, maybe. But when it's like that giant, it's like, why is that giant? Maybe for intimidating to stun. I don't know. But I'm thinking if it really wants to lure you in, it shouldn't be anything unsettling or frightening or anything like that, but more like familiar or safe. So I think that's what Tarantino is talking about, and I also get it. Also, the beginning, so much of this movie is artistic vision and aesthetic and things like that. So you kind of have to like look the other way and not care about stuff, because it's just like, you do it. You make these decisions as a director or cinematographer, set designer, and stuff like that to create visually interesting things. But sometimes I feel like it can stop people from feeling full immersion into the movie. I think this movie may do that a little bit. It didn't do that to me when I first saw it. But now that opening sequence, which I still think is really cool, gripping, great opening to the film, but that girl is in high heels and running in high heels. What is she doing that for? It doesn't make any sense. And she doesn't even look like it's like I feel most comfortable running in these, right? They seem to be somewhat of a hindrance to her. So just take them off. Why aren't you just taking them off? And running barefoot. Maybe she thinks barefoot would be more dangerous. I don't know. Step on a rusty nail. Tetanus. But I think the real reason that that sequence looks the way it does with her running in those high heels is because it looks cool, especially in the end reveal of what ultimately happens to that girl at the opening scene when we see her on the beach. Just that visual image with the high heels on, right? The high heel is on, right? In that image. It just looks awesome. It looks cool. It looks amazing. It just, maybe it doesn't make any sense that she's in those, but from a visual standpoint, remember, this is art. This isn't logic here. We're not watching logic. We're watching art. And taking on that visual, taking on that aesthetic, I think, while now it does sort of take me out like, why are you wearing those shoes? You can run faster if you took them off, probably. My first viewings, that didn't pop into my head at all, right? But I've just seen this movie so many times now that I'm able to take those little things in here and there, and I'm like, well, that doesn't quite make sense. But like that first full watch, when you're completely invested in just like taking whatever the film gives you and, giving yourself up to the movie, when that's happening, it's like, it's just like, yeah, okay. You don't even think about it. You don't even think about it enough to say, yeah, okay, it just is. Because it's just good art. But anyway, sure, it contradicts itself a little bit. Sure, some things don't make logical sense, but remember, we're watching art, and I think this is great art with great music, cool acting, fun concept, even if it doesn't fully make sense when it's laid out for us, when it's explained, when it's expositioned. The exposition doesn't match what we're seeing. It's okay. So anyway, what do you think of It Follows? I think it's a good movie, even with all that stuff I just talked about. And yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. And I think this is the first time no, it's not. I was going to say it's the first time we watched It Follows, but I think I do have a old video where I did watch It Follows. But I was like, I don't think we've had this in the calendar it has been a long time, but it has been in the calendar before. But most of the times when it was in the calendar was before I was filming on YouTube. But I do think I have one video where it was in our calendar while I was on YouTube. So we just brought it back. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on It Follows, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.